Hello, everybody. This is Bobby Mills with theindependent.com with another version of In the Hoop. We are at Centura High School with head coach Mitch Marvin of the boys program.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, man. Great to have you.
Glad to be here.
Been chasing you for a while. You're a busy man. Jeez. So, yeah, this is a funny time of year.
Yes.
So, tell me where you came from, where you went to high school. Is it Crete?
Came from Crete High School. Yep, graduated in 2012 from there. And then went on to play football at Doane University.
Football. I thought it was basketball.
No, I played a year of basketball and a year of football, and then went on to play football for the rest of my career.
That's kind of hard to do at a college. Isn't it? Great, good for you, man.
It was a tough year, yeah.
Wow. And it was your dad that was Mitch Marvin, wasn't it?
Ken Marvin, yep.
Oh, Ken Marvin.
Ken Marvin and McCook.
Yeah, and then what about, did he have a brother?
Dwayne Marvin,
Yeah, oh, those were golden days. When isn't it golden day at McCook? So anyway, tell me about your staff. How many guys do you have helping you? Or is it just a couple guys and you?
Right now there's 4 of us.
Oh, that's a good staff, though.
It's a solid number. So we have Skeeter Wooden, who runs our reserve program.
Yeah.
Thomas Yoakum is my varsity assistant. Me and him kind of work together. And then Troy Bland is our JV head coach. It's been a really fun process. They've all been along with me for the time I've been here.
Good.
Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better staff. We've been spending the last 3 years kind of getting to know each other, trying to figure out kind of each of our roles. And this year it's been really fun because it's all starting to click really well.
Sometimes it falls into place.
Absolutely, and it's been fun because we definitely bounce off of each other. We get these ideas, and it's, I don't know, as a head coach, that's kind of the dream. Is you got to have people under or with you that know what's going on.
I know it, and sometimes it takes a lot longer than 3 years to do that. But guys are getting smarter. Head coaches like yourself are smart, and they can get these things going, and it makes things a lot easier.
It does, absolutely.
So, how many kids at the beginning of the year were out for basketball? I'm sure it's the same amount, unless injuries. And what's a good number to you, grades 9 through 12?
Right now we have 21.
That's pretty good.
It's solid. It's a little bit. Last year we had 26.
Oh, it's all relative, I guess.
It is. But it's a good number. 26 is a lot of bodies. For some reason, that 5 different bodies made the gym open up a lot more.
It does. It really does. I know that some people don't even have enough to have but one guy come off the bench, and then if you're a JV coach, they all go up to varsity if you have some good young talent, and sometimes you go through JV coaches that, I'm going to go 0-20, but, it's the varsity that's getting better, so.
Absolutely.
So 21, how many kids do you keep on the varsity? 14 or 15? Or?
Right now we have 13 suited varsity.
Okay. All right.
And that number's fluctuated before just based on kind of team needs, who we think is ready for that role. And this year we've kind of landed on pretty solidly for the whole year on 13 and haven't really had the opportunity to move guys around.
Good. And no injuries, bugs, or anything like that? Oh, I didn't mean to ask that. and, as far as we're concerned, there's none future opponents.
Yes, of course. No, we had one in football, our running back, Boston Casperson.
I saw that. I saw it. I didn't like it at all.
No. So that was a big one for us because that's you see him on the football field. He's a competitor. He's a physical guy.
And an all-sports kid, I just know.
Absolutely. He is baseball, football, basketball. He does it all. So we haven't had him all year, which is a bummer. He's getting close to healthy. He'll be ready to go for baseball season, which we're happy for him on that. Want to see him get back into action and see him compete again.
I'd like to see him on the basketball field.
So would I, absolutely.
So how many starters did you have coming back for this season from last year?
This season we brought back... we brought back 3 that started most of the year and 1 that was starting towards the end of the year. So we brought back some really good experience.
Yeah.
And it definitely showed. It was a quicker start for us this year, getting out the gate and trying to kind of get the cohesion a little earlier.
Yeah, that definitely eliminates some preseason steps.
Yes, it does.
So tell me about some of your key players. I've looked at film and I sometimes listen on the radio if I'm traveling, but that one stretch you had was really good, man. And then you run into some pretty tough teams, and it's hard to, the Lou Platte tournament is tough. Jiminy Christmas. But what made that stretch? It was like the championship game of that Blizzard battle up here, up until the first round of the Lou Platte tournament. What made that successful? And it's not to play a bunch of back. No, I don't think so. What it did, and then what changed? Just a tougher Lou Platte tournament atmosphere?
So
Geez, oh.
all the credit in the world to our when you talk about the Lou Pack conference, we have an incredible conference.
Well, I was.
And that was a fun one to prepare for because all that. The run between those two kind of goes hand in hand with the whole season, and I'd say the last 3 years, we've made a huge push for this idea of changing the culture. The idea of when I came in, and nothing against what was before. It's just that when I got here, we were doing things a little differently as far as, like for instance, when I got here, it was a very 2-3 heavy defense.
Yeah.
And so one of the things for me personally is I'm a big man-to-man guy.
Oh boy, if you can teach.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one thing we talked early on is about the culture has to change if that's who you want to be.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to be physical. You have to be willing to kind of put it out there on the line and look someone in the eyes and take them head-to-head, and that takes a different mindset.
It does.
So for 3 years, we've been kind of trying to build that idea and kind of mold what we wanted the program to be, what we wanted offensively, defensively, what we wanted our kids to believe in. And so the success this year, one, comes off the back of an incredible last 2 senior classes. And then if we're talking about this year specifically, a lot of it comes down to we have 4 incredible seniors.
They are good, aren't they? Yeah.
That are all starters. And I could go through skill-wise where they're awesome, but the biggest thing they bring is they're tough-nosed kids, and they're pretty incredible leaders.
Well, that's a big thing.
It is. We've put them through the ringer for 3 years now, and they just keep, 2 feet in the boat. They listen.
Wow.
They're trying to grow. And the big thing that we've really enjoyed this year is them really digging into those guys below them, the juniors, sophomores, and trying to pull them up, bring them with them, and say, hey, this is how we do it here. This is what the program is. And so that's always cool. Like, as a coach, that's sweet to see that kind of change in attitude and mentality.
And that's what you were after, and that makes nights not so sleepless. Huh?
It does. It makes things easier.
To see the fruits of your labors.
Absolutely.
That's great. So, what's if you had to improve something about your team, what would it be right now? Is turnovers, shooting percentage, and that's variable, you know. Or maybe you're happy with things, man. I mean, seriously. Height, you can't. God dictates that, you know.
Absolutely, you can't teach that.
No.
I'd say one thing. If we're trying to, the thing we've been focusing on lately is, like I said, defense was definitely main focus for the beginning to change, and now we're to the point where our offense, our big push for the last couple weeks has been we just need to become a little smoother, a little more cerebral on the offensive end, kind of decision making. And like I said, I give a ton of credit to the kids because we put them in a tough spot. We changed a lot this year.
Okay.
We lost a 6-5 post.
Well, big time, yeah.
We weren't going to be able to do the same things we were doing.
Nope.
So right now we're still kind of trying to iron out some of those wrinkles, trying to learn kind of running a high post offense. What are the available options and what's our best route? How do we get that click?
Yeah.
How do we get that going for 4 quarters? And they've come miles and they just keep developing, but I'd still say that's kind of where our focus is the next piece of development.
I think people have the impression that you can change a defense and be focused and do the same thing on offense if you're changing things. That's hard to do, man. In a season, no. Yes. It is hard. And if you're doing a defensive change, or offensive change, I should say, there's going to be some turnovers if the decisions aren't solidified yet. But that, it sounds like it's come a long ways. That streak showed that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, who's in your sub-district this year?
So we have Ord, Broken Bow, Central City, and St. Paul.
Now, Broken Bow's a funny one to be in there, but do you play them regular season?
We do not.
Okay, they used to, so it wasn't such a strange deal.
Yeah.
Good facility over there.
Absolutely.
How many games do you have left? There can't be too many, can there?
We have 2 regular seasons left.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, and it's hopefully one's at home.
We play Friday against Loop City. We get that one at home, and then we go to St. Cecilia to cap off the regular season.
Yeah, we'll have them tomorrow night. That's a tough one to announce. Where I come from, that's the big rival. So.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And they've got good boys and girls.
Yes, they do. Right. So they're rolling.
Yeah. So do you know where you'll be seated, or will these things this week depend a lot on that? Central City should be number one.
Central City has pretty well solidified the number 1 spot. I believe where everything is now that we'll come in as the 2, St. Paul at the 3.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 I'm a little shaken on who's 4 or 5 there, but those 2.
They'll play the first round.
Yeah, they're going to play the first round game, yep.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know if you saw this when I sent it to you, but I've had a lot of coaches, not just this year, but say that they hate to play Centura because they can come up and bite you. And it's just never easy, and you sweat blood. This school hasn't had a losing record since, I think it was the 2014-15 season. You know, and that's I mean, really, that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
And you know, the last time you were at state was 2000, but it doesn't make, I mean, I sweat blood when GICC played, when Rathke was here, because they could shoot threes. And any night they could jump up and buy. How does that make you feel, though? You've got to had to make an impact on that, because the guys I'm talking to are current coaches. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Didn't help some nights, but still, you know.
It's a cool feeling. Again, I go back to the whole idea of, I know that idea was definitely here, like you said, before me. But one thing that I take a lot of pride in hearing that for our kids, because, again, it's fun knowing that people recognize you, that they see your kids working their tails off. And one thing I really, from coaches I've talked to, they've been impressed with the way our boys play physical defense.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing where I point to and I say, like, that's cool for our kids to see that people are starting to recognize what they're capable of.
Yeah.
People are it's cool being that underdog, that fighter that, you know, hey, we're trying to build a little past where we are now, which is, I mean, like you said, the really cool part is not a losing season since 2014.
Man, this is one of the best records this year that you've had in a long time.
Absolutely. Anyway. And we're ready. We really want to, so it's kind of a double-edged sword where it's cool knowing that people are aware of you and are concerned and they have to game plan around that. We're really pushing and our kids really are on board with this idea of we want to take that a step farther. We want to be a team that's really bothersome to people every year, every game.
Yeah.
And we're taking it past, hey, we got a winning record. Now it's time to, hey, let's go win some big ones.
I know.
Let's go win a conference. Let's go win a district. Let's go do our thing. So, I mean, I don't know. I take it a little bit both ways.
It's the double-edged sword's right, but you're in a good spot now because people don't just say, we play Centura. And the next game after that is, you know, you're past. I mean, you're not that kind of a team. I can't ever remember being that way anyway.
Absolutely. No.
But they do respect you, but now you want to get past the next deal, and it's good to be in that kind of a position.
It is.
I think, you know, I'm hearing good things about this program. So the home game is, which is it? Friday?
This Friday, yep.
At Arcadia Loop City, is that who comes in?
Yep, they're coming here.
There's a lot of people who still aren't used to calling Loop City Arcadia Loop City. And then, why did Arcadia get their name first? Yeah, we don't want to get into that, but anyway. Well, great. The crowds have been good, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good. And I like the fact that people come out and support high school basketball. So we want everybody to come out Friday and wish these guys, pack the place, man. Is it senior night or has that already been?
We already did our senior night, so you know, there's still a little bit of special to the last home game of the season.
Gosh,
We're hoping to pack the place up, get a little loud, and have a little fun for our home crowd one more time.
Make some noise for the Centurions, this Friday against Arcadia Loop City. Pleasure, man.
Absolutely, appreciate you.
Things are going up and up and away, man.
Yes, sir.
How about that? Mitch Marvin, head coach of Centura High School, Bobby Mills for the Independent. Like I said, come out and support these guys and follow them to Central City. How about that?
Absolutely.
Yep. For In the Hoop next time, McKenna behind the camera. See you then.